Hi guys, and today we're looking at factorizing the quadratic expression. So normally this is our normal equation for any quadratic equation. So we normally have one, two, three terms. So we normally say we have first term, second term, and third term. And the second term, sometimes it can be referred as a middle term. So let's quickly look at our example one here. So we're looking at factorizing. So what should we do if we want to factorize? Let's say we have this example here. Example 1 is x squared plus 5x and plus 6. So whenever you're looking at factorizing, especially this type of quadratic, you must look at the last term. So we need to find the factors of the last term. Let's say we're finding our factors of the last term here. Our last term is 6. So the factors is 1 times 6 is equal to 6, and we can also have 2 times 3. So these are the only factors that we can have. When we're looking at factors, we're looking at the numbers that can go into 6 and without a remainder. So now in this case, we're looking at two factors that when we multiply them, they give us 6, but when we add them, they will give us the middle term, of which is 5 in this case. So the only terms that we can use here, we can only use this term here. So let's try. So we have x, we close the bracket, we put x, and this is what we normally do if you want to factorize or you want to find factors. You need to open the bracket, close the bracket, open the bracket, and close the bracket. And then you can always put x, this is my x, you can always put x times x, and then you put your factors here, of which is 2 times 3 in this case. You have a positive here, you have a positive here. So this is how you factorize. Let's look at example 2. This is our example 2, and we have x squared plus 8x plus 15 in this case here. So we're doing the same thing. We're looking at the last term, and in this case the last term is 15. So we're looking at factors of the last term, and the factors of 15 here is 1 times 15, and we also have 2 doesn't make it, but 3 can make it. So sorry, this is times 5. So now we're looking at two factors that when we multiply them, they give us the last term, and when we add them, they give us the middle term. In this case, we're looking at 3 times 5, that can give us 15, and 3 times 5 can also give us 3 plus 5 can also give us 8. So let's write our factors. So we open the bracket, we close the bracket. So we're looking at x and x. So we're looking at our factors being 3 and 5. So this is positive and this is positive. So we're done. We have factorized this one as well. So let's look at example 3 shortly. So in our example 3, let's look at x squared plus, let's try to move this one up here. So let's look at x squared plus 12x plus 32. So we do the same thing. We need to find the factors. So the factors of 32, that is what we're looking for here. So if you're looking at the factors of 32, 32 can be 1 times 32, or can be 2 times 16, or it can be 3 doesn't make it, but if you look at 4 times 8, then it can do it. So we have these factors. So we need the factor that when we multiply them, they give us the last term, and when we add them, they give us the middle term. And you can clearly see from this one, we have x, and we'll have x, and you can see that we will have 4 and 8 as our factors, and then we put a plus, and then we put a plus. So this would be our solution. So we have done factorizing, or we have factorized the equation. Let's look at number 4, and let's make it this our last one, our last example. So if you're looking at number 4, let's look at x squared plus 7x plus 12, let's say. So if you're looking at this example, we're doing the same thing. We'll find the factors of the last term. In this case, it would be 1 times 12 equal to 2 times 6. This is equal to 3 times 4. So this is all our factors we can find. factorize of 12. So we're looking at the factors that when we multiply them, they give us the last term, and when we add them, they give us the middle term. In this case, we're looking at x and x. We need to put our x here and our x here. So the factors should be 4 and 3 plus and plus. So we have done factorizing. It doesn't matter either way. You can write x plus 4 and x plus 3. It's still mean the same thing. So you don't have to worry about the arrangement of it. You can write it in any way you want. So guys, thank you very much for watching.